Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight. Yes, that's right. Today we are back at it again with the NECA Ultimate Action Figures. Today we are looking at the Halloween Kills Michael Myers Ultimate Action Figure, also known as this guy, the Shape, James Jude Courtney. So here he is, and I think he looks really cool. So here he is with Mr. Ghostface. So that looks pretty good. As for the horror collection, here he is with Spider-Man. He's got some size to him. It's pretty good. I also figured since he's half burnt and half messed up on, the one side, I feel let's have him with somebody else who has that in common. So there we go. I think that's pretty good comparison. And as far as how tall Mr. Myers actually stands, let's find out together. So to the top of his head, looks like he's about 7 3/4 inches. Or if we flip that around to metric, looks like he is, let's say just about 20 centimeters tall. So, yeah. And I have to say, Halloween Kills, it's not my favorite Halloween movie, but it does have my favorite look for Michael Myers. I like how it's all messed up on one side, and for such a simplistic design, I like the detail of how the burn marks and the wounds and the bandages and all of that. I like how that all makes him look all messed up. And like I said, it's primarily on the one side, which kind of gives me Two-Face vibes, and I think that that's pretty cool. Because Two-Face is one of my favorite Batman villains. So, yeah, I think that he looks really good. I like the mask. I like the brown hair on the one side. You got kind of a gash mark there. I like the kind of the pale, like grayish type color for the mask itself. And we'll talk about the eyes in a little bit. But yeah, with this side here, how it's all charred and kind of like it's got some like greens and grays and all of that. Looks really burnt and messed up, and I like that. Underneath, you can see that he's got his actual neck down there and a blue shirt underneath. And then he has, of course, these things, which I'm not entirely sure what this is actually called. I know that's a suit that, like, mechanics wear and that kind of thing. But, yeah, so what he has, it looks good. It's kind of like a really dark, like, it's like a dark bluish gray, and I really like the color of it. And, on this side here, it almost looks black, and I like that. And you have some, wounds right there for where he's been shot and stabbed and all that. Because that was a complaint that some people had with this movie is he takes too much damage. It doesn't really affect him. Well, I mean, this guy can heal, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I like the wrinkles in the suit. Looks like it is actually a real suit that, a real person is wearing, and I like that. I do like how the burnness, I don't know what you would want to call it, like, the burnt remains, on the one side there. I like how that continues, and it's kind of glossier and black, and how it kind of makes it look like, yeah, this guy just walked out of a burning building, because he kind of did. And then you have a nice wound right there, like a nice cut into his upper arm there. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but yeah, it's got some red in there, so he's definitely been cut there. And then if you look on this side here, you can see that he's got kind of a normal looking hand, if it's a little bit dirty and all of that. But then on this hand, he's got it all bandaged up because of, the 2 fingers they lost in his shotgun encounter with Lori, which, that was pretty cool. Having 2 of his fingers just blown off with the shotgun. So there you go. He only has 3 fingers, but I like the bandages, and I like the bloody mark on there. Looks like he just kind of stitched that up himself. And then the pants look pretty much normal. There's not really anything worth mentioning with these other than the wrinkles look good. Definitely, again, looks like it's an actual suit that somebody's wearing. I like that. And then with the boots look pretty good. They actually look kind of similar to Ghostface's boots. So there you go. And then yeah, I like the laces. I like the just the black boots, and then you can have. It almost looks like he's got blue socks on underneath that. I don't know how well it's coming across there, but yeah, the joint actually kind of looks like socks there. So there we go. So yeah, I think that I mean it is Michael Myers, so it's a pretty simple design. So there's not really a whole lot to talk about. And then as far as articulation goes, his head is on a ball joint, but let's face it, this is Michael Myers we're talking about. You want to know, can he do the head tilt? And yes, he can on both sides. So there you go. So yeah, he can do the head tilt, and then he can also look up that far, and he can look down that far, so that's pretty good. And then with the arms, they go out about that far, so I think that's pretty good. That's better than the Jason figure we looked at last time around. The arms can rotate all the way around. You don't get a bicep joint. We do get a double for the elbow, and that works pretty well. And then you do also get the hands that are on a, you can rotate them. And they are also on a bit of a hinge, so there you go. For the torso, you don't get the most amount of range, as you'd probably guess. You can go back just a little bit, and he can go forward just a little bit, and that's about it. But this is Michael Myers we're talking about, so the guy is known for just standing and walking very slow, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And then for the legs, they can go out pretty far, so that's pretty good. And then they do go forward a decent amount. They do go back a decent amount, so there you go. You do get a thigh swivel, so that's pretty good. You do get a single joint for the knee, so there you go. You get about 90 with that. And then you also get the ankles. They go back just a little bit, they go forward just a little bit, and then you do get some rotation and a little bit of an ankle rocker as well. And then just one other thing to mention with this being Michael Myers, you're wondering, can he do the setup thing? And the answer to that is yes, he can. So if you want to do that, you can definitely do that with him. So there you go. And then I suppose we should talk about the accessories, because this is something that I think is really interesting. So the head that he comes on with when you first get him out of the package is this one right here. And then if you compare that to the alternate head, at first you might think that these are the exact same head. And as far as details are concerned, like with the black hair on this side, the brown hair on this side, and then like the messed up parts of the mask, I think those are identical. The difference is the eyes. And so with this head, this is the head that he came on with in the package. And I don't know how well it's coming up on camera, but if you actually look at this head sculpt carefully, you can see that on the one side there, his eye is actually just white, just completely white. And, that's when Laurie attacked him with the coat hanger. So there you go. So his eye is all like messed up in there. And then on this side, it's just a normal eye. And it is hard to see on camera, but if you actually look at this figure in person, you can see that better. So I'll see if I can like post a short so that you can see that better. But yeah, so that's the head that comes on with, in the package where it actually shows his eyes. And then this is the alternate head where it actually doesn't show the eyes and they're just black. Which, for me, when I think of Michael Myers, I think of, what Dr. Loomis said in the first movie of the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. And so I think it works way better when you actually can't see his eyes at all. If only movies like H2O had acknowledged that, but regardless. So yeah, I like that look better. But I do like that you get both of the options. So if you want to see his eyes, or if you don't, I like that they did that. So that's pretty cool. It does also come with another head, but it's not a head that you can put on a figure. It's actually a mask. So if you've seen Halloween Kills, you know that there are these 3 like trick-or-treater kids, which are actually a reference to Halloween 3. And if you don't believe me, then watch the pumpkin. Watch the pumpkin. Boop it, boop it, boop it, boop it, boop it, boop it, boop it. Okay, if you want me to stop it, I will. But yeah, so this is the skull mask from the kid that he killed. So yeah, it's got the silver shamrock logo on there, and that's like kind of all messed up, and it's got some blood on it, and yeah, it looks really good. It definitely looks accurate to what it is, and you can obviously have him hold on to it, and it's not really the easiest for him to hold on to it, but you could have, say, another figure hold on to it as kind of a reminder of, like, don't mess with Ghostface because, he just took somebody out, So that's what I'm going to do for my collection. But then speaking of hands, he doesn't come with an alternate hand on the right side, which makes sense because he's usually holding a weapon like a knife. He does come with those, but he does also come with two alternate left hands. And so this one is a gripping hand with the 3 fingers that he has left. And then this one is just kind of, I guess, sort of a gesturing type hand. So I guess if you want him to hold onto the mask, you would use this hand for that. But yeah, I do wish that he came with an alternate right hand so that, maybe he could have like an alternate, like relaxed hand or something like that. But nevertheless, that's what he came with, but that's not everything. He does also come with weapons. So with this being Michael Myers, of course, is a knife. And this one has a black handle and has no blood on it. And then this one has a brown handle and a lot of blood on it. And so, yeah, what you could do with either of these, obviously, is just, just slide it on in. And then there you go. Now he is equipped with his signature weapon. So I think that looks pretty good. And he does also come with a Halligan bar because, if you've seen the movie, then at the beginning, he walks out of the burning building and then kills a whole bunch of firefighters. So there you go. I like that they included that. And that scene was actually pretty interesting considering they used actual firefighters for that and they really choreographed that and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. He does also come with a fluorescent bulb when he attacked, what's her name, Sandra or something like that? I don't remember. But yeah, like when he stabbed her in the neck with this. So it's got the blood on the one side and then, it's kind of broken off because he, took it off from the kitchen setup. So that looks pretty good. And then he does also come with a baseball bat, which, if I remember correctly, was Tommy Doyle's baseball bat. And I think it's supposed to say something on the side there, but this one does not. It's just a big baseball bat, but it does look like wood, so I think that's pretty cool. So there you go. And that's about it for the accessories. And then as far as the box is concerned, well, you do get a nice Halloween Kills poster there. You get that same shot again. And then you get some pictures of what you can do with the figure. And then you also have a little read-up on the movie, as well as Evil Dies Tonight, of course, and then all of that. Then there's another shot of the same thing. If you look on the top, you get the same picture again. And then on the bottom, you have that. Shoutouts to all those people. And if you open this up, you get a nice shot of Michael there. And then a look of, everything that he comes with. So there we go. So I think that it's pretty solid. And yeah, I think that for Michael Myers, especially if you're a fan of this look for him, I think it's worth a pickup. So yeah, I recommend it, and I think it's pretty cool for what it is. Definitely a nice addition to my horror collection. And stay tuned next week where we look at Freddy Krueger. Yes, we're looking at Freddy Krueger next, but that's it for today. So if you enjoyed this video, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure or, the movie Halloween Kills, because I know some people think that, oh, this movie's, really bad. Some people really like it, Curious what you think of it. I personally liked it. It's just not my favorite. But if you want to see more content like this, do be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for more stuff like that. But other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I do hope that I will see you all later.